Of the many stories that I've talked about on the channel, some of my favorites are the deep dives behind the more obscure viral classics of YouTube's history. You know, the deeper cuts. I'm talking Rapping for Jesus, The Shuffle, and Drinking Out of Cups.
Who's this guy? Mr. Balloons. Mr. Balloon Hands.
These are all examples of weird videos that leave you with a strong dose of curiosity as to what led to the creation of such a video in the first place. One YouTube obscurity that I haven't covered that certainly fits this criteria is the famous "Have you ever had a dream, kid?" video.
Have you ever had a dream that you could do so you want him to do you so much you could do anything?
Nailed it. This is a YouTube classic, and the funny thing about this video is it's not anything that you would actually ever look up and find on your own. The video is just one of those things that the algorithm will feed to you at one point during your YouTube surfing misadventures. And as the clip has grown in popularity, so has the intrigue into its backstory. I've seen many questions asked in regard to this video. The three big ones are, where exactly did this clip come from in the first place? What exactly was the kid in the video trying to say? And what is the identity of the Dream Kid himself? Well, today we're gonna look into these questions. Wow, a brief change of scenery for the sponsor of today's video, Discord. For the two people out there that don't use Discord, it's pretty much the best text, voice chat, and community hosting platform out there. And Discord is launching a new service called Stages. Stages are voice-only channels that can accommodate up to 10,000 people, with the idea behind it being like a Q&A/TED Talk thing. And I am gonna be one of the hosts of these stages where you can ask me anything. So yeah, you guys can join my stage and listen to me blabber for about an hour or so, and for those out there who have questions, I'll be pulling folks on stage. You can ask me about old videos, about me personally, or just shoot the shit. It's whatever. It's a free-for-all, baby. I'm gonna be drinking beers, so this should be fun. It only takes about 15 seconds to create a Discord account if you don't have one already, so just do that and go ahead and join my server in advance. The link is in the description. This wavywebsurf booze-fueled Q&A stage event will be hosted on 2 dates. Make sure you mark your calendar for July 10th and July 11th at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. I'll see you guys in the stage. Again, go to the description and join the server in advance, and I'll see you there. Let's get on to the video. So to begin, where does the Dream Kid clip come from in the first place? Well, to find that out, we have to travel back about 22 years from today. It's 1999 and HBO is popping off on TV thanks to its gritty lineup of hit shows like The Sopranos and Oz. As far as adult programming went, the network was killing it, but they were lacking in the children's entertainment department. So in 1999, producers got to work looking for something kid-friendly to slot into their lineup. This would eventually lead to the creation of an HBO special based off a beloved children's book written by Margaret Wise Brown called Goodnight Moon. The book itself was a collection of bedtime stories and was adapted to television under the direction of Amy Schatz. The television adaptation was called Goodnight Moon and Other Sleepy Time Tales. The special was praised for its animation and its lullabies sung by high-profile artists like Billy Crystal and Lauryn Hill. In addition to the animated stories and lullaby performances, the special also featured interview segments with children. In these interview segments, the producers would ask the children to recall a dream that they had, which would lead to some pretty heartwarming interactions, if I must say so myself.
We always dream every night, even though you may not remember it, but hey, dreams are very important.
One of these kids that would be asked by the producers about dreams was none other than the red shirt wearing Dream Kid himself. The Dream Kid is first featured near the end of the special around the 23-minute mark, where he can be seen saying goodnight to the moon and the bears featured in the bedtime stories. It's really cute.
Good night, moon.
Good night, moon.
Good night, bears. Good night, chairs.
Good night, bears. Good night, chairs.
And interestingly, the clip of the "Have you ever had a dream kid" that you're all familiar with was actually placed at the very end of the special, past the credits, almost as if it was shoehorned in as like a blooper reel or something.
Have you ever had a dream that
But yeah, Amy Schatz's "Goodnight Moon and Other Sleepy Time Tales" is where the "Have you ever had a dream kid" clip is from. The special did well, and it sold a lot of copies on VHS. Total win for the network. Now let's move on to one of the other big curiosities around this clip. That, of course, being what exactly was the "Have you ever had a dream kid" trying to say in his nearly 20-second long ramble? Well, it's impossible to say for certain, but folks online invested in the legacy of this meme have come up with a pretty plausible explanation for what he was trying to say. Many have noticed similarities in the Dream Kid's jumbled phrase with a specific line delivered by Hercules in Disney's 1997 animated classic. It's the part where Hercules is trying to convince Phil to train him to become a hero, and he's talking about, "Have you ever had a dream that you wanted?" Just watch the clip.
Sorry, kid, can't help you.
Wait! Sorry. Why not?
2 words. I am retired.
Look, I gotta do this. Haven't you ever had a dream? Something you wanted so bad you'd do anything?
Have you ever had a dream that you want him to do you so much you could do anything?
Haven't you ever had a dream? Something you wanted so bad you'd do anything?
Yeah, there's a lot of parallels here. I really think this is actually it. Considering that Hercules' 1997 release, chronologically speaking, is close to 1999, the filming of Sleepy Time Tales, I think it makes sense to assume that, you know, the Dream Kid, being a 90s baby, probably had watched Hercules like 30 times and remembered the dialogue and every word from every scene, and whenever he was asked about dreams, well, the Hercules dream scene was the first thing that came to mind, and he just tried his hardest to say that it just came out all backwards. But yeah, it's pretty much unanimously agreed that he was trying to quote Hercules and just epically failed. And finally, we get to the Mac Daddy of all "Have you ever had a dream kid" questions. Who the hell is the Dream Kid himself? Typically, the way things work on the internet is when you see a clip of a child go viral, eventually when they get older, they'll come forward and embrace the meme and sort of bask in that living meme glory. You've seen this with the Charlie Bit My Finger kids, the Nintendo 64 kid, and the Kazoo kid, just to give you a few examples. Dream Kid, being a 90s kid, would definitely be an adult now in his late 20s or early 30s. Surely he's come forward and addressed this, right? Well, unfortunately, Dream Kid has not been as forthcoming with his identity, even with the video being massive on YouTube for about a decade now. The credits of Sleepy Time Tales don't feature names of the child participants, so there would really be no way to identify him through the film itself. But that said, there have been some leads into his identity, and one of these leads would make a lot of the internet believe that the Dream Kid had actually been found. On September 19th of 2016, a Redditor named ChrisCFTB97 submitted a post to the rfunny subreddit called "Have You Ever Had a Dream?" His post featured a yearbook photo of a high school graduate, probably age 17 or 18, and the yearbook quote next to the photo were the exact words spoken by the Dream Kid in the famous clip. This post would get some attention on Reddit, with many people sort of freaking out like, holy shit, the "Have you ever had a dream" kid is like coming forward and giving a nod to his living meme status. This is a epic Reddit moment. And funny enough, when you put a picture of the Dream Kid next to this yearbook photo, it actually does kind of seem like this could be what a grown-up version of him would look like. The yearbook post would end up going viral on other sites like Imgur and Pinterest, and folks who stumbled across it would sort of assume that this was the legendary kid all grown up. But is that really the case? Well, I wanted to get to the bottom of this, so to clear things up, I decided to get in touch with the Redditor who posted this yearbook photo, ChrisCFTB97. This is our correspondence. Hey Chris, I host the wavywebsurf channel on YouTube. I just had a quick question regarding your old post on rfunny with the yearbook quote. Are you actually the "Have you ever had a dream kid," or was that you in the photo just paying homage with the yearbook quote? To prove it's you in the picture, could you show me another photo of you? Anyways, take care, man. And Chris responds with, "Wow, what a funny coincidence. I was just watching your video on the broken arms thread last night. Small world. Unfortunately, I'm not the same kid from the video. I just don't have the pure unadulterated drip that he had. My friends and I were just looking for funny yearbook quotes that would get a laugh, and that one just seemed too perfect. Anyways, I'm not that kid, but I wish you good luck in your search. So yeah, in this correspondence, not only does he confuse me for Justin Wang, as if I don't already have enough people calling me a Wang clone, he basically comes forward and says that, yeah, this yearbook photo thing, it was just a joke perpetrated by me and my friends, and I'm not actually the dude, nor are any of my friends. The most popular lead is a dead end. So where do we go from here? Is the identity of the Have You Ever Had a Dream kid just gonna remain a mystery forever? Well, unless he comes forward himself, most likely so. That said, I am currently working on getting into contact with the director of Sleepy Time Tales, Amy Schatz. There is a small chance that perhaps a correspondence with her could lead me to the kid. Keep in mind, if some miracle does occur and I'm able to get in contact with the kid, I'm not gonna reveal his identity unless he's cool with it. But, you know, if the stars align and he is cool with it and wants to be acknowledged by the internet, this will be the first place you hear about it. But that, my friends, is everything I know so far about the Have You Ever Had a Dream kid. Make sure you guys check out my video about the Kazoo kid. That's a story about a guy who was a living meme child and grew up to be a living meme adult and embraced the entire concept of memehood. It's a good watch. Slap that like button, ring that bell, and let me know down below who or what you want me to talk about next. I want to give a major shout out to my patrons. I appreciate you guys. Wavywebsurf out. Peace.